Hi, I'm Brittany. Thank you for joining me today. This workout is coming from Fairfax Pilates, my studio in Northern Virginia. So if you happen to be in the area, please stop by, say hello, take a class. So today's workout is going to be an athletic reformer workout. So we're going to get a little warm and sweaty today for this 35 minute workout. So when you get a moment, set up your machine, measure of course, your gear bar, your stopper, and your straps before we begin. And then we're also going to use the platform extender, the box, and a ball. So get those things, and I'll see you right back here. All right, so part of what makes an athletic reformer workout athletic is the tempo. So what we're going to be doing today is a lot of familiar exercises, but we're going to put a little pace on it. I'll throw in some athletic conditioning style moves, and you can see how that changes your heart rate. Okay, so what we're going to do is actually start with just getting some movement in the back and then in the legs. So one red, one blue. We're going to do some elephant and vinyasa kind of exercises. We're going to begin standing on the carriage, hands on the foot bar, and let's get your heels flat with your heels as close up against the shoulders as you can. We're going to relax the neck and shoulders. We're rounding our backs. If you can, go ahead and lift the toes, and we're going to just simply push the machine out to stretch the lower leg. And we're going to round the back to draw the carriage back home. Inhale to move the machine away from the hands, and then exhale, return. So the intent here is mainly two parts. We are stretching the lumbar spine as we keep that rounded shape. And we're also, of course, stretching the lower leg. We're also getting a whisper of ab work here just to get going. All right, now I'm going to stagger my legs. 1 foot steps towards the front, and both of my legs are straight. Try to square your pelvis towards the foot bar. Notice I weight shift back over the back leg as much as I can. We're going to begin with cat-cow, rounding and extending through the spine. As you extend the spine, draw the shoulders down off of the ears. Notice I don't look forward. I'm still looking down. I'm keeping the back of my neck long. And then once you've done that a couple of times with your cat-cow, we're going to lengthen that back into that extension and stay. And then we press the machine backward and forward with just the legs. So this is just that pivot at the lumbar spine. So you get a little rotation at the pelvis, and then you get that front leg really getting a big stretch. We're borrowing this triangle pose or pyramid pose from our yoga friends. We're going to switch. So again, my pelvis is square toward the foot bar, and then I'm going to round and extend the back. And really on that extension, you're going to get that forward leg really stretching. Keep that length backward and forward. If you don't feel as if you're getting enough of a stretch, really weight shift your body back on the back leg. So in this case, my right. Backward and forward. One more time. All right, easy peasy. So I'm going to come straight down here and we're going to now do our footwork. 3 reds. My headrest is slightly elevated. That's what feels best on me today. So heels together, toes apart. I also like to lay with my palms supinated here, palms up. It relaxes my neck a little bit. So, as I mentioned, tempo is what really distinguishes an athletic workout from just a traditional reformer workout. So I've just got a little bit of pace on my footwork. I'm going to bring it halfway in and then just little baby pulses. Just breathe freely. Keep your lumbar spine protected. Lengthen the legs all the way home. I'm going to shift to parallel, and it's early my time, so I'm getting a foot massage. I'm putting the arches of my feet on the foot bar rather than the ball of the foot, so that it gets a little massagey on the sole of my foot. I'm not coming all the way out to lock the knees. Notice I'm just keeping it sort of soft at the knees. That allows me to go a little faster. 9, 10, halfway in and little. Now I'm squeezing my glutes here also, just so that I'm trying to fire the back of the legs. The quads will try to take over. Use the whole leg. Out and home. We're changing onto the heel, dorsiflex the feet. Now as I push away, I don't like when the feet come with you. We're going to keep the feet against a wall. So it's as if you've stuck your feet right into the same spot. So every time you're going out and then back into the foot, right? The foot is the statue, and you're getting that ankle mobility and strength by moving the legs away from the feet. If that makes any sense. 2 more. Halfway home and little. Again, squeezing the booty. This should get some warmth in the legs. And out we go. And then all the way home. Let's go for our high half toe here. So the ball of the foot, toes are elevated. We go out, and again, we keep our feet there. I don't like when the heels lift when we come all the way in. We're going to keep our feet stationary, and we push out as if we're slipping into a pair of heels when we extend the legs. My feet are steady, or I'm trying to make them steady. My toes are off the bar. All 10 toes point up toward the ceiling. Again, we've got that pace. Halfway in, little. 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 9, all the way out. And then we're just going to go for a little run here. This really can be any pace you like, slow and stretchy, or a little quicker for more warmth. You pick. Okay, all of it works. Okay, and then we're going to just let one sink and stay. And then change. All right, bring the feet all the way back in. Let's just allow the knees to sway right and left. I always love bridges. First thing in the workout, make sure your headrest is flat. We're going to leave the springs alone. So we've still got the 3 reds. Easy to keep it still as we bridge. And then we just melt and return back to flat back. Breathe in at the bottom, exhale, imprint, pelvic floor, curl the tail. As I rise, don't let the knees open. You want to keep the legs parallel so you're feeling the inner thighs. And then down, just 2 more. Tuck the hips and we lift. So here at the top, not only am I getting all the obvious stuff in my lower body, but I'm pressing down through my arms, so I'm feeling a little bit in my triceps, and then the shoulders and the front of the chest are getting a little opening as well. Curl the tail under, lift, and then round and down. All right, let's move on. So off we go, right into our long box. Okay. I'm gonna go one red spring. We're gonna do some swan dives here. Okay, open up the legs the width of the hands, which are in the corners of the box. Legs are laterally rotated and slightly lifted. We're gonna push the arms back to straight, and then we float the chest. So watch that your shoulders are away from your ears, and then we press back. Inhale, glide the shoulder blades down and lift, and then lower. So I'm going to scooch in just a little bit so I get a bit more extension. I like to do those first couple a little conservative, and then I can go for a larger bend as I feel it. Inhale, floating up. Exhale, going down. One more. Lift. And lower. Bend the elbows. Come in. All right, right off the box. Putting the foot bar down here on my belly, other way facing now. Oops. It's not quite in the center. Okay, arms pulling straps. So mid-chest on the front edge of the box. Oops. Okay, we're gonna grab the ropes. Now, you can just grab the rope itself. I like to fold the handle in half. Gives me a little more thickness to work with. So feet are together if you can. Your feet are not dangling down here. We're pressing our pelvis into the box and we're floating our feet. We draw the arms down and back. So initially I'm just gonna simply keep my back parallel to the floor. As I pull my arms back, my palms are facing in. So we tend to pull back and kind of do this pronation there, that internal rotation at the shoulders. Really keep your shoulders neutral. It extends the upper back, just a whisper, and then it keeps the chest open. Inhale, pull. Exhale, return. Pull back and stay right into some triceps here. Keeping the length of the neck. Try not to look forward. Looking down is fine. 3, 2, 1. Adding the airplane. Arms at shoulder height, palms facing down. Pull and T. So meanwhile, my palms are going to continue facing the floor the whole time. So I get external rotation at the shoulders. Promotes a lovely posture. 3 to go. 1, 2, 3. Okay, adding a little bit of a movement in the spine. So I'm going to begin slightly curved forward. Pulling my arms back, lift, bend the elbows, and release. Inhale, straight arms. Exhale, bend. Inhale, pull. Exhale, bend. As I pull, I'm extending my spine, and then I bend my elbows, and I curve over the box. Pull and lift, bend. One more. And we're going to throw this guy in reverse. So we bend, we lift as the arms go, and we lengthen down. Pull and return. Pull. 2 more. Lift. And final time. Okay. Just going to hang my straps. and come off the box. Quick moment, little traction on the spine here. I'm going to put the box away. We will bring it back, no worries. So 2 red springs for feet in straps. I am going to grab, a ball. I'm back. So get a small ball with a little give. So we are going to place our feet in the straps. And then once our feet are in the straps, we are also going to place the ball between the ankles. Okay? So begin that straight back. Laterally rotated at the legs. We're going to let the legs draw straight up, pausing at the top, rotate internally and down. Inhale up, exhale down. Out and up, in and down. 2 more. I like this, it mobilizes the hip and it also creates a little warmth in those adductors. Reversing, internal, lift, external, and down. So we're getting all the muscles in the thighs. Inhale up, exhale down. If you're unable to hold the ball, don't worry about it. Just do it without. And now we're keeping the lateral rotation in and out. So as I bend, I'm flexing feet. As I push, I'm pointing toes. So everything shortens here and lengthens there. Bend in, breathe in, push out, breathe out. We're going to add a variation of beats here. So as you extend your legs out straight, hold and pull. 3, 2, 1. In. Push and squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. And in. Push. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. Now I like to squeeze butt at the same time, so that whole lower body squeezing in and flexing. Push and hold. 1. Hold it right there on that third one. We're holding the squeeze about 10 seconds. That should say good morning. All right, bend it in. Get rid of the ball. We're going to push our legs out right into stag. 1 leg bends, 1 leg straight. Push together, change. Inhale, the legs come toward you. Press away on the exhale. Now, of course, I've got my straight leg with a pointy toe and my bent one with a flex foot. If you can't work out that in your neuromuscular system, no worries. Maybe you will get it next time. Bend, push, bend. 1 more here, even out. Leg circles. Now I'm going for range. So really big leg circles, so long as your hips don't tip up. Go as big as you can. Okay, and now my headrest is flat. If yours isn't, please put it down now so we can go overhead for the short spine. Once we're over, soften the neck and chest, knees bend, and then we creep the tail down. Feet to seat, press, lift, bend, and down. So as we go overhead, usually the first thing we do is this hinge at the hips. See if you can omit it. So right away, squeezing the butt, the inner thighs, and go overhead. Then bend, come down with the same slow control. But that initial is right here, okay? Squeeze, tighten the tummy, over you go. You'll notice a difference, I promise. 1 more. Up, bend, and down. Okay, so we're gonna go right into our long stretch. So this is the short spine, long spine. So we're gonna keep our legs straight on the way down. Starting the same. So we go up like we did. Once you get here, open the legs shoulder distance, laterally rotate, and then we are painting sort of a stripe on the ceiling with those feet. Slow, come down. Together, parallel, up, all the way over. Open the feet, laterally rotate, press up, and coming down slow with control. If your lower back doesn't care for this, you skip or just continue with short spine. This is slightly intermediate. This one in particular is advanced. So typically we don't have modifications for the advanced work. You either do it or you don't. So listen to your body. Bend the knees. We're going to take those feet out. Just drop them. Okay. We're going to put our foot bars back down. I'm going to go with a single blue spring. And we're going to use our platform extenders. Right up against the platform, make sure you cover the bolts. Okay, this is moving plank, push-ups. One hand on each piece, please. So we step back to a plank. Watch that you're not sinking into the shoulders, so really give me a nice clean plank. Butt is down. We're simply going to start by opening the hand and the feet at the same time. Bring it in. Out and in. 2 more. Out. Now this would be considered your base move. So if this is where you need to be today, this is how the next 4 will go too. Otherwise, we're pushing up. So we go out, then down. You stay low, hands and feet together, and then we rise. Out, down, in, and up. Twice more. Out, down, in, and again. In, and up. All right, other side. So, one on each piece, find your plank. I see a lot of people with their butts up. Tuck your butts down. Moving plank. Together. Out. Together. Out. One more. And then we add our push-up. Out. Down, stay low, then press. Out, down, in, twice more, out, down, in, and final. Down, in, and up. Okay, we're going to get rid of the platform extender for now. Okay. Box comes back into the game. Now, I'll put it on this side first, just so you can see what's happening here. So I'm going to put my box in long box position on the floor. The short edge of the box, roughly aligned with where the gear bar is. Easier, box forward. Harder, this way, okay? I'm going to keep the blue spring. If you're feeling like a real champion this morning, use a white instead. So we're hands and knees. Closest foot presses into the shoulder block. Notice my hands are cupped on the forward corners of the box. Okay, starting position, I take the leg I'm kneeling on and I just put it up so I'm on plank. Maybe you stay here or you pike. And then we're down. So I'm lifting my hips so I can gently kiss the stopper home. Up and down. 4, 3, 2, one more time. Knee down on the box. Carriage comes in. Okay, now, second one is going to be a little bit of an oblique with a twist. So rather than my foot being straight down, turn it to its instep. The bottom leg is going to do the exact same shape. Slide it under and forward. So my shoulders are square to the ground, my hips are inward. Bend, push. So you want to keep the knees low, not on the carriage itself, just the foot. 6, 7, and 8, and then we come down. All right, we're taking our box to the other side. Remember your positioning here. Short edge aligns roughly with where the gear bar is. Give yourself a little space on the inside here so you've got place for your hand. Okay, push the leg out. We have our toe down so that when we put our second foot up, we're planking. We go to pike and then plank. Pike and plank. 3. So my back, my legs, and my arms straight. One more. And knee down. Okay. How are we doing? So good so far? Okay. All right. So turn the toe so that now I'm laying my foot on the instep. Go straight. Second leg does the exact same position. Underneath the first and forward. Bend. Push. It's interesting how your body feels different from right to left. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bend the knee in. Okay, excellent. So, we're going to take our maple pole and I'm going to put it around one strap. So go ahead, we're going to keep the blue spring on. So because I'm not using the tower clips, so for instance, this is the maple pole that comes with the Reformer. It is solid. If you grab a bar off of your tower, it has clips. If you have the clips, you can just clip it on instead. I am just using the regular pole. So I'm going to slip just one side on. And the hand, this is on this side, my right side, so my right thumb is going to secure the black loop. From here, my knees are hip distance, and I'm pressing, bending. So it's a lot of tricep if you keep your body square forward. That was 4. I'm going to add a rotation for the second 4. So I'm just watching the end of the bar. Push. Inhale. Exhale. One more time. And then bend. Now this time, one hand on either side, but the rope is much closer to my right. Push the arms just straight. Bend, twist towards the rope, center, push. Rotate, push. Rotate, push. Now, we can make it more challenging, keeping the arms straight. Rotate, center. Rotate, center. Turn, and middle. Turn, feel those obliques. And last time. Okay, bend. Place the rope around the other rope. Around the rope. So we're up on our knees. And now my black rope is near the left thumb. And I'm gonna push. So see how it's just sort of resting on my hand there? Bend, push. I've got my pole high enough that my rope doesn't feel like it's going to pull off the end and off my bar. Rotate and go. Inhale and exhale. One more. And push. Then we're going to bring our hand on the outside. Our bar is square toward our foot bar. And we just press here. We're going to add that twist, bend, center, push. Inhale, turn. So even though my waist is turning, I'm not letting it turn my legs. Or I'm at least trying. Bend, push. Arms remain straight. Rotate, center. Rotate, center. Again, right and left feel different. This is why we do Pilates. Keep our body balanced and aligned. All right, last time. Good. And then bring it all the way in. All right, I'm going to go ahead and come off of here. Let's do some long stretch. That's our plank, but we're going to do it backwards. So I'm putting this on the second notch from the bottom, and I'm going to go with a red and a blue to begin. So I'm going backwards so that it's more shoulder intensive. Now you're perfectly fine keeping your hands up here. I don't love it for the wrists. Instead, I prefer putting my hands here and looping my thumbs over the around the pegs here. So I'm going to push my leg out straight. Once I feel stable, second foot is there. Keeping my legs together, I'm going to push my arms forward and back. Reach. 6, please. 3, 4. One more. Take a knee. Now I'm going to come down to my forearms. So prayer hands together on the headrest. Open the elbows out. Notice my hands aren't going over the end. So I've got enough resistance there that I can push into the shoulder blocks without resting on them. Okay? So we're in our second plank. This one's forearm. Push and slide. So we don't want to feel anything in our backs here. Keep your butt squeezing, keep your thighs together. Pelvic floor is on. 3, 2, and 1. Come on down. Okay, right from there, all the way up for back splits. One foot on the headrest. The other foot is going to be laterally rotated. So initially keep your hands down and just press the leg out to stretch. Then the knee comes to about 90. You can go airplane arms for better balance or just on your hips. So basically a quad press on this leg. Keeping your gaze on something stationary for help with your balance. 7, 8, good. Hands come down. I'm going to move my back foot just a little so it cuts the corner off and my hips can be more neutral. All the way out. Head drapes down. Turn towards your right. Stretch. Come back one more time. Out. Long legs, head drops down. And then we return. Switch. So opposite foot, we go back, laterally rotate to start. Got a little bit of a rotation here, so we don't get as far into our split. Okay. The knee comes to about 90. no hands if you can, and we just press, a little quad press. So this lateral back foot helps with our balance. Keep your abs working though. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hands down, dock the carriage, reset the foot, so we cut the corner off, and the knee and toe more neutral. Head down, look left. And then we're in. One more time, guys. Last one. Out. And then all the way in. Carefully. Come down. All right, so that is it for today. Hopefully you got a little warm, a little awake, and you're going to have a great rest of your day. So thank you for joining me today, and I'll see you next time.